finally getting along.
Make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to Spacebound for more top 10 videos every day. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Leave a friendly comment and I'll make sure to reply to every single one of you. The 12th highest grossing film of 2017 to date, earning nearly $500 million, The Boss Baby turned out to be a total hit with a variety of audiences.
Here, take this. It'll explain everything.
What do you want me to do with that?
I want you to suck it.
You suck.
It's too bad there were so many flaws within the movie, which we're happy to share with you today. Hi and welcome to another Spacebound video, where today we'll be looking at 10 mistakes you missed in The Boss Baby. Number 10. Magic Leafs. The first mistake viewers commonly notice from The Boss Baby is actually from the beginning of the film, when we're introduced to Boss Baby himself. As you can tell, Boss Baby first arrives in a taxi cab, and from Tim's point of view of the sidewalk, there's generally nothing on it. But once we get a more close-up and more detailed shot of Boss Baby stepping out, we notice a few leaves are now on the ground, along with Boss Baby standing on a curb. Note, however, that there's no sign of a curb in the next shot that he's standing on at all on the sidewalk. Number 9. Where does balls go?
Eating out of the palm of my hand. They do everything for me. It's hilarious.
Next, we actually have 2 mistakes done by the animators in the same time. Gosh, they're really off of their game this time.
No, I can handle him. I know how important this mission is to the company.
Mission?
So as Tim is now discovering that Boss Baby is able to speak, we see him using his phone to talk to his friends. Notice the first angle the phone is facing, and then the second shot of Boss Baby it suddenly moves. Then as Tim confronts Boss Baby, he stumbles and shoots his balls all over the place, but after another shot they mysteriously disappear from the front of his torso. Also notice again how Boss Baby's phone did a complete 180 turn without even touching it. Number 8. A brief moment.
Okay, we need to talk. In private?
Sure.
About what, bud?
Never notice how 8 3/4 of the time adults never really listen to what kids have to say? Well, in this scene, Tim learns that the hard way when he also angers Boss Baby.
He's just a baby.
Seriously, I'm the only one who thinks there's something weird about this guy?
After failing to convince his parents that Boss Baby isn't like any other baby, it leads to a messy situation. But what we're trying to focus on this time is the briefcase we see him sitting beside. It's there, of course, but once the angle of the fight pans over to his side view, you notice how the briefcase is suddenly gone. And once the shot goes back to normal, it's there again. Maybe that's Houdini's briefcase. Number 7. Gone green.
The secret to deep-fried butter is a healthy dab of margarine.
Okay, so we're starting to notice an interesting pattern with this movie's mistakes. Also, couldn't Mr. Ladyman aka Eugene have dressed up in something more casually instead of woman's clothes? Whatever. Anyways, the next mistake comes from the scene when Tim and Boss Baby are attempting to escape their babysitter to save Tim's parents. Using a batch of fake vomit to disgust and distract Eugene, it also makes for one heck of a mess. Apparently though, it can clean itself up as we see Boss Baby riding on the horse and the goop is suddenly cleared off the floor. Number 6. Bye Bye Babies.
I think we lost him.
Oh no, we didn't!
Briefly, on our previous entry, we also see as Boss Baby and Tim are being chased down by Eugene to prevent them from getting to the airport. And in an attempt to help them, Boss Baby's pals come play and try to stop him, although unsuccessful in the end anyways. Regardless, as they all try to rush into the scene, we first see Jimbo and the triplets side by side, but as Jimbo makes his move, the triplets are nowhere to be seen. Well, at least until it's their turn. Number 5. Sticky situation. So Jimbo attack, but also apparently he protect. So our next mistake comes from the part in the film when Tim finally has evidence to show his parents about Boss Baby. There's just one problem. He has the tape, so in a well-executed plan to retrieve it, Tim uses his toy gun to shoot at him, getting him to drop the tape. What we didn't expect though was Jimbo coming into play and taking the 3 darts before turning his back to block the rest. Covering Boss Baby though, we notice how the 3 darts on his front are suddenly gone. Then after grabbing the tape, Jimbo is suddenly covered from top to bottom on both sides, but how? Number 4. Where's my money?
Oh, have you been?
No.
Oh, where's HR when you need him?
Finally, we have a breakthrough. Tim and Boss Baby are finally able to coexist in this film, as we see in the scene when Baby attempts to confront Tim.
Take it.
I don't want your filthy money.
Anyways, it's after Tim refuses to take his money that he causes Boss Baby to lose his balance and drop his guap.
I can't. You're in my house.
I don't want to be here any more than you want me to be here.
The guap that we see scattered on this bed. But you'll notice how in the next shot that there's nothing left. Very interesting. Number 3. Leslie?
The average toddler spends, 45 hours a year on the potty? I'm the boss.
So right after finding out that Boss Baby can talk, they get to know each other a little bit better. Boss Baby, though, maybe knows a little bit too much.
Are not.
M2?
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2. M2.
Ugh! I was here first. Just wait till Mom and Dad find out about this.
But he gets his information about Tim from a folder which is so conveniently placed for him on his briefcase, but I didn't see a folder on his briefcase earlier. Number 2. Useless lamp. For the first part in this clip, notice how Tim has a large tape recorder around him as he's falling down the stairs, but for a brief moment it's nowhere to be found after he's done falling, well, until his close-up. Also, check out that lamp, which its only purpose at all is to convey misconduct, or in other words, the lamp suddenly disappears as well after Tim's parents show up to take a photo. Number 1. Toy conspiracy.
Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. Now, before we begin,
Yes, sir. Sure is. Affirmative.
Jimbo,
And lastly comes a quick mistake from the meeting between Boss Baby and his pals. First, notice how Jimbo's toy is right next to him as they're planning closer to Boss Baby's face. But as they show a wider angle of the meeting, his toy suddenly moves away from him. Could this be an Easter egg from a living toy from Toy Story? Yeah, probably not, but you never know. Number 15. Owl pacifier.
here. Take this. It'll explain everything.
What do you want me to do with that?
I want you to suck it.
By this point in the film, Boss Baby is about to reveal a pretty big secret to Tim, which involves his pacifier. But notice the way he first holds it whenever he looks at Tim. He's holding it from the bottom, but whenever the angle switches over to see Boss Baby talk, he's holding it from the ring piece. Number 14. Level-headed.
So this is where babies come from?
Where'd you think? The Cabbage Patch? Magic fairies?
No, my parents told me that.
What? Oh, no. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it didn't sound right to me either.
After Tim learns about Boss Baby's secret, we're then introduced to Baby Corp, and as they're traveling around as holograms, Tim and Boss Baby go up in an elevator. Traveling upwards, Tim is not hesitant of poking his head through the roof of the elevator, but from the inside we can see that just his head is poked outside. Once we see him from the outside though, you can see part of his torso is now sticking out. During this list, you might notice a lot of inconsistencies with the animation, so don't be too surprised. Number 13. Missing backpack.
No.
Mom! Dad! Stop!
No!
No! No! No! God.
I failed.
You might notice a backpack on Tim while the two were trying to stop his parents from leaving on a plane to Las Vegas. After failing to do so, Tim drops his backpack on the ground, which we can clearly see that he did that. But as the shot continuously moves over to Boss Baby talking, the bag is suddenly nowhere to be seen. But whenever we get to a different angle, of course showing them both, the bag is obviously there again. We don't even see the bag again when Boss Baby storms out of the airport.
Where are you going? Fine!
Number 12. Tying the knot. This next mistake comes to us towards the end of the movie when Boss Baby returns to Tim's family. As he's accepted the job, he left the tie on one of his colleagues' forehead. But when we see Boss Baby leaving, we also notice her in the background, now without a tie. And once we get a close-up shot of her again, there it is. So like I said, you'll notice a pretty common pattern as we keep going on. Number 11. Lean on me. In this scene, you can see Tim's dad, the real one, sitting next to him on his bed as they're about to say goodnight. In the next shot, however, he seems to be standing over him from a totally different angle, and when we switch shots again, he's sitting next to Tim. And with that being said and done, that concludes 15 mistakes you missed in The Boss Baby. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for better content to come in the future. On screen now is going to be annotations to different videos, so if you've enjoyed this one, you'll probably like those as well. But before you leave, make sure to check the description down below for a good foundation for a good cause. But other than that, have yourselves a great day.